There are completely unexplored places on this vast planet Earth. If you have no reason to go to these places, it is better not to go at all. But if you are looking for mysterious discoveries and relics, the conversation is different. Hello everyone! Welcome to our channel. Today we are going to talk about these places and discoveries. You are about to see something really surprising, and this is enviable in a good way. So, please watch to the end. Skeletal Lake. In the high mountains of the Himalayas, in the state of Uttarakhand, in India, there is a small glacial lake called Rupikundi. This lake is located at an altitude of more than 5,000 meters. It is really a place between heaven and earth. In this isolated place, in 1942, the forest guard, Herr Kishan Madiwal, found many human bones. More than 300 skeletons have been found so far. It's really creepy, isn't it? How did these people get to this point in the clouds? According to a legend, a long time ago, the Raja of the city of Kannauj went on a pilgrimage to a sacred temple, accompanied by his pregnant wife and many servants. However, they were caught by a storm and ended up imprisoned in this world of ice, along with their servants. However, the Lake of the Dead is not as simple as it seems. According to the investigations, it became clear that the people imprisoned here belonged to at least two different groups. Around the year 800 AD, a group of 23 people found their eternal rest in this place. In addition, 15 skeletons date from around 1800, 14 of which originate from the coast of the Mediterranean Sea. How people who live in Crete and the Greek continent managed to get to this height, so high from the mountains of the Himalayas, is a mystery. What would have happened to these people? In this region, avalanches occur regularly, and this place is basically a place of extreme conditions. So anything can have happened, even hail can fall. Yes, researchers believe that some of these individuals may have been victims of large hailstones that fell from the sky suddenly. It's a shocking theory, isn't it? What do you think of this? Is it plausible? Share your opinions in the comments. Lead Mummy. The Cerro El Plomo is a mountain with an altitude of 5,430 meters. It is one of the most dazzling landscapes of the Andes mountain range and also a sacred place of the ancient Incas. In February 1954, 3 mule shepherds from the neighboring village managed to climb this mountain. Their goal was to find something valuable and historical to sell. They discovered stone structures from the ancient Incas, and below them there was a frozen mummy of a child. The unofficial archaeologists took the relics and took them to the National Museum of Natural History of Chile. From their report, scholars learned about the existence of mummies in the mountains. From there began the story of surprising discoveries. The frozen mummy found in Cerro El Plomo was of an 8-year-old child who confirmed the horrible rituals of sacrifice of the ancient Incas. This 500-year-old mummy, found in Cerro El Plomo, was very well preserved due to the conditions of altitude and was meticulously examined along with the relics found around. Among the relics were silver statuettes, small figures dressed in beautiful costumes, and fresh coca leaves. After all, it is necessary when the gods need an escape from reality. Later, several other mummies that were victims of the ritual of sacrifice, called capacocha, were found in the mountains. The Incas believed that it was necessary to offer gifts to the gods to protect themselves from natural disasters, and human life was one of the tangible offerings. Most of the victims sacrificed were children and young women who were put to sleep with chicha and coca. This is how they paid the price for the abundant harvest and for the good weather. The Roman ship of Croatia. When we think of archaeologists, we usually imagine people digging with shovels and plows in the middle of a field. However, there are also underwater archaeologists. In 2021, an underwater archaeologist using Aqualung discovered Roman coins and plates with nails at the bottom of the sea near the city of Sukošan, Croatia. Of course, they were not just swimming for fun. They were investigating the ruins of the old port of Babir, discovered in 1973. When they saw what was found there, the archaeologists concluded that it would be better to return to the site with a powerful vacuum cleaner. This idea worked, and an extremely well-preserved Roman ship was found at the bottom of the sea. And the most impressive thing is that this ship was there about 2,000 years ago. It was a great luck that the wood buried in the sand had suffered little damage caused by insects. The archaeologists have already concluded the cleaning of the part of the converse, which measures 3 meters in width by 9 meters in length. As the ship is 2 meters deep, the work is relatively easy. At this depth, there is no risk of decompression disease, so they can be submerged for almost an hour and a half. The ship found has a well-preserved three-dimensional shape, which makes it extremely valuable in itself. The archaeologists plan to recover the ship and turn it into an exhibition piece in a museum as soon as the investigations are concluded. Uluru. The desert is not a place to visit unless there is a special reason for it. However, if you are looking for something interesting, the story is different. For example, the unusual mountain located in the center of Australia, called Uluru, fits perfectly in this context. These impressive red rocks were formed as a result of complex geological processes that occurred over billions of years in this place. In the past, the mountains that existed in this place eroded and two monoliths remained, which are Uluru and the neighboring mountain called Keda Taijuda. The visible part is just the tip of the iceberg, and experts believe that it can extend up to 6 kilometers deep. If you have the opportunity to go to the International Space Station, take a good look at the center of Australia. If you see something that looks like a lying elephant, it is Uluru. Geologist William Gosse discovered Uluru in 1873, but the indigenous peoples had already known these strange rocks formed by nature a long time ago. According to the belief of the Australian Aborigines, Uluru was created by the ancestors, the great creators, and is considered a witness to their achievements. According to a legend, the formation of the Rocky Mountain arose due to a battle of snakes, where they crawled through the soil, creating cracks in the slopes of the mountain. The imagination of the Australian Aborigines is extremely fertile, isn't it? By the way, although Uluru is the property of the Australian Aborigines, tourists are also allowed to visit it. The Eagle Lake Bond, or Estimo between Lakes Eagle and Camberlane, located in the north of the United States, does not have special characteristics that attract much attention. Honestly, this is currently a very remote region, a place where only enthusiastic nature lovers venture. However, it is possible to see bonds in this region. Yes, you heard it right, they are bonds. Of course, it is not a common bond that everyone knows, but a car of cables pulled by steam, whose tracks were installed between the two lakes in the 19th century for wood transport. Along the 900 meters of tracks, there were boilers that moved the cable, thus allowing the transport of wagons loaded with wooden bulldozers. On a working day, this cable car was able to transport 500,000 board feet, or 1,800 cubic meters of wood. Subsequently, the cable car was replaced by locomotives that operated until 1933 in this place. However, the vehicles are still present in this remote Estimo. If any curious tourist is looking for something interesting to take selfies, this is the perfect place. Golden Mummies Valley. In the desert of Libya, there is a place worth visiting. It is the Barharia Oasis, where rare relics were found in 1996, and believe me, they were golden mummies. And it wasn't just 2 or 3, it was 250 mummies. Imagine how happy archaeologist Zahir was and his team were when they came across this true gold rush of historical and cultural heritage. In addition, recent studies indicate that there may be about 10,000 mummies like these in this place. Obviously, not all of them are golden mummies, but approximately 60 of them have gold-leafed masks and gold-covered garments, in which scenes of the life of the gods of ancient Egypt are portrayed. In addition, different types of mummies with various decorated styles were also found. All these discoveries provide a base for in-depth research. In addition, each mummy was accompanied by various objects. This includes bracelets, coins, ceramics, and other items that tell a lot about the owner of each of them. The wealth of these recovered artifacts reveals that the ancient Barharia was prosperous and its inhabitants were well off. Archaeologists discovered this historical heritage very recently, and it all started when they decided to make a stop in an incredible remote land. The Smyrnik Airport. The Smyrnik Airport in Sakhalin is another interesting ruin for enthusiasts of abandoned places, where you can find many fascinating things. Since 1994, no plane has used this airport, and it is completely covered by grass and bushes. However, there are still 2 MiG-23 fighters in the hangar, left behind as an attraction for curious tourists. With that, I would like to end today's video. Thank you all for watching. This was our journey this time, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you can come back again. I promise to always bring interesting things, but that will be next time. So, until next time. Bye!